Kick to the gut. I like it.
All right, let's do it. Backlash, baby. How are you feeling? Are you feeling the backlash? It is Mr. Young, by the way.
And it's for in the build. I don't know whether it's backlash or whiplash, bro. I feel like I'm rewatching WrestleMania again, but this time WrestleMania, but actually the matches are better. I don't know.
It's weird, right? It's like less build up, but maybe slightly better performances. Okay, I will have to hand it to you in terms of the wrestling because I sort of kind of watched it, but I didn't really watch it. You know, I was working and I had a very busy morning as well. I was running back and forth. So I did eyeball the results. And of course, I had it in the background most of the time. So I did catch a little bit of it. But that aside, how are you, my brother? How are you this Monday afternoon?
Yeah, I'm good. I guess a lot of people are just coming back to work, like finally a first full week back at work. No restrictions as much anymore. So it's like full on. So I don't blame you for being super busy. I mean, I guess I'm one of the only ones that can just be at home chilling and having, Backlash in the background. So I consider myself lucky.
Yeah.
But that's why we are here. That's why we're supposed to update everyone about what just happened. Right?
Yes. The joy of work from home, yeah, I miss those days, bro. I really do. But be that as it may, yes, we have an obligation. And to you, we shall watch WWE WrestleMania Backlash. Even if the bill, as we sort of kind of jump into it right now, right? The bill was non-existent. Like, my anticipation going into this Backlash was upon 10, maybe a 4. Like, I don't know if you felt the same way, but I was like, man, if I skip it also, I don't care, you know?
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, and we all know, post-WrestleMania slump, it happens I think everyone like holiday mode already, you know? It seems like the cut also on holiday mode because there's only 6 matches.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the feuds that they were building on television is not on this pay-per-view or this premiere live event. So,
right.
Yeah, it feels like a very C show. They really double down on the fact that it's a C show.
You look at our Discord and people are wondering, hey, what happened to the Raw Women's Championship match? Where was Becky Lynch? Where was Bianca Belair? You know, that whole group of people contending. And yeah, I didn't even think about it, you know, and just looking at the matches, honestly, they all, well, I mean, the whole idea is the fallout from WrestleMania, right? But they don't have to freaking make it like literally, this is the rest of the shit that, you know, just comes from WrestleMania. There's no new things here. And it bugged me. It bugged me a lot because remember, like, my anticipation for Backlash was actually quite high when it was Usos versus RK-Bro for the unification of the tag belts, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Tag titles, belts, hold up pants.
You're right. Absolutely right. Like, that was the selling point, in my opinion. But then I started hearing and reading news that wasn't the plan all along.
Yep, like literally that was a bait and switch. They knew that this was never going to be the plan moving ahead, so they just give you a little tickle of the balls, and then, oh, no, nothing is going to happen. And I hated that so much. I hated it so much because going into this, I was like, okay, you have a main event. It's the Bloodline versus RK-Bro and Drew, which would have been an amazing Raw.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, what's the Iron Sheik? Wait, did the Iron Sheik really just drop into chat? By the way, we are live on YouTube. If you're listening to Spotify wondering, what, Iron Sheik? Yes, we do the show live on YouTube every Monday at 12 o'clock. So real or not, hello Iron Sheik, welcome. And are you here to humble somebody? That's the real question.
Bro, he gonna slap in the camel clutch.
Torque right back, baby. So back to what I was talking about, right? Like, I feel like the main event was the main event of Raw.
Yeah. I'm not gonna deny what you say, bro. Like, the thing is, if people kind of build up, like if they build up the event as a 6-man from the beginning, I don't think there will be as much disappointment.
Nope.
But I think because they kind of like did a bait and switch, we shouldn't be surprised, you know. Card subject to change. I get it. Yeah. All of that, I get it. But man, if they just focus down on RK-Bros versus the Usos, it could have been a tighter cut. Like, I mean, it's already quite tight, but it could have been so. I didn't even mind having Drew McIntyre and Reigns coming out as enforcers, for example.
Oh, wow, Reigns as an enforcer. Okay, that's weird. But here's the problem, and my other problem. I feel like we're jumping into the main event already. But I guess this is the whole lead up, right? Okay, does it feel to you like when you talk about tag team champions, the Usos aren't at the level of RK-Bro? RK-Bro feels like a dominating tag team of like upper mid card talent, whereas the Usos are just Roman Reigns' right hand men. Like they are just his lackeys, you know. And this also goes to the tag team division being, you know, lackluster at the moment, especially on SmackDown. But like, have they had bangers of matches recently? I feel like not really. So when you put the Usos in there, it kind of felt like, oh, okay, like Roman Reigns is the main event and the other two are just flunkies.
RK-Bro has been fighting champions.
Yep.
And, you know, low-key, the Raw tag team scene has been pretty stacked, you know.
Yep.
It's not just the two of them. They had Street Profits contending. They had Alpha Academy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So same. All of that were built up quite well. You know, I must say. Problem with SmackDown, you said so yourself. Usos has been champions for the longest time. There hasn't been anyone legitimate that can contend with them. How many times you want to see New Day versus Usos again?
Exactly.
Like, seriously.
And it's not like they're running roughshod and like proper, you know, champions. I mean, they are champions, but yeah, it doesn't feel like they are champions, right? It just feels like they are Roman Reigns' lackeys. So at the end of the day, it just like, oh man, like I said, 6-man tag on Raw, sure. And how about, why not put some stakes? Like, I always talk about steaks, right? You know, I ain't no vegetarian, I ain't no vegan, I like my steaks. So you could have very easily made this match must-see by throwing in like, whichever team wins, Drew gets let's say if Drew gets the pin, Drew gets a title shot. If Randy wins, Randy gets a title shot. You know, at least set up for the because we know that's where they're going anyway.
Yeah.
So why not put the stipulation in there? In that way, there's stakes. Like, now Drew and Riddle and Randy all want to go for the pin because there's something at the end of the road, right? And you could even throw in the whole, but Randy wants to go for the pin. But Drew wants to go. Dissension amongst the good guys. So at least you have a little bit more intrigue. Whereas this is just, it's 3-on-3, no stakes. Like, who cares? So what if Drew wins? So what if Randy wins? It literally means nothing. And then you saw the result.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that. Oh my God, I'm getting worked up already. It's a Monday afternoon. God damn it. We're back to work and I'm getting worked up. People, let's say hi to Chat. Let's say hi to Muhammad Daniel. Hails, Pascal. It's good to see y'all.
Mr. Young need to let off some steam on the Monday. Need to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
No, but bro, like, first of all, if you watch the show in its entirety, right, there was a lot of commercials in between.
Yep.
A lot of events they were promoting. So one of them was Hell in a Cell is next month, early June, like first weekend of June.
That's right.
And then the month after is their first ever stadium show for Money in the Bank. 4th of July weekend. Yeah, and there was a promo done by Cody Rhodes. I don't know whether you saw that.
Yeah, which is big, right? So I wonder if Cody Rhodes is going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. That could lead to him challenging Roman Reigns. And I think of all the permutations, that might be the best way to get him into title contention. Because I don't know if he's done yet with Seth.
No, I feel they can have a legitimate Hell in a Cell match and I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because we'll talk about it in a bit, but like, I feel Hell in a Cell is, I think, for them to blow off all these remaining feuds, and I include AJ Styles and Edge in that, right? Then they can move on because they know, they have 3 stadium shows consecutively. One in Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, and then the UK show. So like they are saving a lot of their stuff for really, really big premium live events down the road. So I get it that Backlash can be a placeholder. If nothing else, sorry.
No, go ahead.
If nothing else, I don't mind them having little build for Backlash, but still have great matches delivering on the card.
Right.
Which is what they did.
Yeah. Pascal says my guy is tilted just a little bit. So, okay, before we jump into the card itself, once again, everybody, thank you so much for being with us on a Monday. If you're listening to the podcast, hey, we'll always be here for you in the Discord as well. That's where the conversation carries on. So join us in the Discord. Link is in the description. And of course, if you want to take your support for the podcast to the next level, baby, there's always the Patreon page you can check out. Lots of different tiers. Whatever's comfortable for you is comfortable for us.
Yeah. Muhammad Daniel, you said Hell in a Cell is going to be on your birthday. Happy advanced birthday, bro. See you in hell. See you in Hell in a Cell.
Absolutely. Okay, are you ready to jump into the card? Because to be honest, I don't know what it was about this entire week's worth of wrestling, both AEW and WWE. Nothing really was like, whoa, let's talk about it, right?
Yeah,
No.
not worth talking about. I think Backlash was literally the highlight of the week.
Yeah, well, it's a low bar, honestly. Also, one more thing. It's also an anniversary for Dave Bautista, is it not?
Yes, Batista week was apparently a few weeks after Randy Orton week.
Yeah, how fitting. I mean, they did debut at the same time, so that makes sense. But I was very amused. Like, oh my god, Randy Orton week. They did that thing for a week, right? And then all of a sudden, it's like, wait, we've moved on to Batista.
No, but the thing is, right, of course, they didn't do any huge mentions on WWE, or they didn't manage to get him on the bum or whatever. But you know what was funny?
What?
Every time they posted something about Batista on social media, Batista actually reply on the comment section and have fucking funny comments. He keep complaining so much. He felt like one of the fans talking about Batista week as well. So I like that about Dave.
The latest video I saw was Batista and all his quotable moments. And of course, give me what I want was one of them. I don't know, it's almost as if they're kind of poking him hey, your promos, huh?
I mean, he had got a bit more faux pas, in his promo.
Okay, I mean, maybe we should do a Batista look back next week or something to, kind of remember some of the best moments of the animal.
What was funny was, I think one of the social media posts I saw was his match against Undertaker. I think it was like a Backlash show. And then Undertaker did a choke slam on him through the table.
Yeah.
But for some reason, right, the camera really zoomed in on him.
Yeah.
And he's laying there spread eagle. So the first thing you see is a huge fistful of his package. And I never really think about it. Sometimes WWE, they will just zoom on the guy's expression when he's on the ground. But then, of all people, Batista commented on the Instagram page and say they could have chosen a better view, and then got the piss off emoji. Then I'm like, oh shit, now we can't unsee it.
That's hilarious. Muhammad, there's this Blue Tista. I actually missed the Blue Tista era because I wasn't watching WWE then. Actually, can I be very honest with you? These past couple of weeks, I felt like just not watching wrestling because nothing has been outstanding. I don't know if you feel the same way. I mean, bro, you are the WWE, you are the true pro wrestling diehard. But the past few weeks have been I've always had something else to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you know what that means, bro?
What?
You actually have a life as opposed to me.
No. Well, I mean, that's not good for business, is it then?
No. It's very clear that they are kind of just trying out new stories, debuting new people. This is where I call take one step back so they can take two steps forwards. There's nothing hot right now. Even, can I be very honest?
Sure.
Cody has settled into the WWE machine, and he doesn't feel like this anomaly, oh my god, this AEW guy over there. He feels like a full WWE guy, for better or for worse.
I mean, it is the machine, right? So now they have to slowly build their way back up because everybody is still stuck in their stories, and I get it. But, I mean, it's a far cry from the golden days of the Attitude Era. It's a far, far cry from even the golden era where it was must-watch, No,
because after, WrestleMania, right, finishes, right, the fallout, right, and the road to Backlash has always been interesting. I remember Triple H versus The Rock. Their last man standing was even much more compelling than the WrestleMania 2000 main event. So it's nothing to do with the post-WrestleMania slump. It's everything to do with the script writers not resting on their laurels, lah.
Is that the problem, script writers, ultimately? Because we know that these men and women can deliver. It's just these cringeworthy, sometimes just, like we've talked about before, WWE has conditioned the viewer to actually not pay attention to the matches. The storylines are more important. And when you deliver shit storylines, then it's there's nothing worth watching anymore, despite the men and women putting in the good work.
Yeah. I mean, we can start right off and talk about Seth versus Cody, because that is the opening match. And I like the fact that it was the opening match because it literally started the crowd hot. Started the show hot for me.
Heck yeah. Muhammad Daniel says even AEW also meh. I agree. And I'll tell you why. Adam Page, not around. Your world champion, not around? Really? Okay. Enough said. I just want to get this out very quickly. The Owen Hart tournament, do you know what it's for? As in, other than Owen Hart Cup, like the name, does anybody get a title match or something?
They haven't reveal or talk about any more details other than them winning the tournament.
Where are the brackets? All these qualifying matches. What is, once again, steak. Everybody, give me some steaks. What's the point of this tournament? And I feel like I've seen 10 million qualifying matches already. I'm like, is this done?
Okay, I'm getting a sensing, Mr. Young, you didn't watch Dynamite last week.
Oh, I skipped through it. Why? Okay, what did I miss? What did I miss?
Because you mentioned two things that they actually addressed last week.
Okay, go ahead.
One, Adam Page didn't turn out on the week that you watched, which was because he got COVID, right?
Yeah.
So this past week, he turned out, he cut a promo, and CM Punk wasn't on the show.
Yeah.
So this was very interesting because there's actually a development in Adam Page finally showing some sort of fire or edge to his character because he actually felt like a heel.
Okay, now that you bring it up, I remember. Which means it wasn't very memorable.
Well, but he did show a bit more development in his character. I guess.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
What?
Is people shit or swan on you too long, you feel the need to lash out, you know?
Okay, so what? Is he going into this feud as the heel?
He should be because nobody's gonna. I mean, people are gonna cheer him, but not as much as CM Punk.
True.
Come on.
True. Okay, and then the Owen Hart stuff?
Yeah. They did show the brackets. They finally showed the brackets, right? But then the big development, nothing to do with whoever wins the Owen Hart Cup will get a title shot.
Yep.
But apparently there is a mystery 8th entrant who they call the Joker. So Owen Hart Cup also got a Joker, bro.
Oh, yo.
You know about this?
No, I don't know about this. Okay, so it's gonna be a debut lah.
Well, the thing is the Joker is supposed to face Samoa Joe in the quarterfinals.
Oh.
So a lot of speculation on whether it's somebody who have history with Samoa Joe within AEW already.
Okay.
Or it's like you said, a complete debut or a return. So I guess you have to see what that is all about.
But are you excited for it? Because to be honest, Joe hasn't been portrayed as main event star. I mean, he's had his thing with Jay Lethal. He's kind of there. I feel like right now there's too many people and not enough spotlight. And so everything is watered down. And I mean, hey, I remember seeing some sort of a development with Jeff Hardy and the Young Bucks.
No, Young Bucks, okay.
And then didn't they come into the ring to confront and say, ooh, Hardys versus Young Bucks. Ooh, maybe a month too late.
I know what you're talking about. I think it's right after Jeff Hardy defeated Bobby Fish.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the thing. I feel like for them, they are having a problem of having too many talents that actually have followings, and everybody want them to get pushed the right way, but there's just not enough spots to push everybody. Bro,
it's very simple. The Hardys come in, the WWE did it right when they returned that time at WrestleMania. Bam! Come in, win title, have a few matches, nostalgia dies off. You know that they can't go anymore, not to the level that they used to. Bam! You just cash in on that small window. Have garbage matches with the Butcher and the Blade and nobody gets put over. Do you see how they've completely botched the Hardys return? Just absolutely, now the heat is not there anymore. They are just there's two guys. And finally we're going to get Hardys versus Young Bucks after the heat has dissipated completely.
If there's one criticism I have for Tony Khan is that he gets these signees when they are at their biggest momentum, and somehow he manages to kill all their momentum. Does this remind you of WCW, bro?
A little bit, right? So there's this thing where they say he's very he will stick to his guns. So if there's a timeline for a certain project or storyline, he'll stick to it and he will be rigid about it.
Stay the course.
To his own detriment, apparently, because now it's become more and more evident. He's not paying attention to the crowd. Holy shit, the Hardys are back. It's super hot. Let's just put them in there with freaking. Why not just throw them in there against the stupid dinosaur and the Jungle Boy, who are cold? And you got Christian Cage in there, who has history with Matt and Jeff. At least there's something there. No, have them do garbage matches with jobbers. Did they elevate the jobbers? No.
No, bro. Right? No, they did elevate the jobbers, bro, in AEW Elevation.
Oh, fuck. Wow.
Okay, bro. I think we should stay the course and talk about Backlash before you go on another tangent.
I apologize. Like I said, I've been so busy And actually, this is a very good indication, to me anyway, a good indication of whether a product is catching people's attention. Is when, of course, like you said, when I'm bored, I have nothing to do, of course, I watch WWE, AEW all day long, right?
Yeah.
But when life creeps in, when other shows creep in, is your product good enough to hold my attention?
Would you rather watch Friday Night SmackDown or Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness?
That one don't even... I would rather watch like episode 2 of Moon Knight than watch SmackDown or Rampage or Dynamite.
It was a good episode, I must say, Moon Knight.
Moon Knight has been amazing.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, anyway, back to the...
This is the reason why we have 2-hour podcast. I apologize, people.
Cody Rhodes, Seth freaking Rollins, that kicks off, and I agree, that's the right match to kick off the pay-per-view. The premium live event.
What I like about this, right, is that there was more development to that rivalry. First match off, mystery opponent. We didn't know whether it was Cody Rhodes, so it was more of the moment. Wow, Cody is back.
Yeah.
But the only thing on Raw that I have been keeping attention towards is actually Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, their rivalry, right?
Yep.
They've managed to add another layer where now Seth is like, okay, you already can't surprise me anymore. I know what I'm waiting, and they actually played that into the match, which I really like, the in-ring psychology.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about two guys who are like legit, pro wrestlers, right? So I'm not surprised by any of it. I expected this of them, and they delivered, yes. And then, of course, the roll-up of Doom, or it was more of a sunset flip. That was the finish. And you kind of see where this is going, right? So Seth still has an excuse. It's like, you didn't beat me properly. That was, again, to the theme of surprises. So he has another gripe. So yes, this helps extend the feud. Even though Seth has lost twice in a row, I guess he still has an out.
WWE always uses this phrase, the turnabout is fair play.
Yeah.
So if the heel cheat, it gives license for the babyface to cheat in a way, right?
But then it gives the heel the excuse to say, oh, you didn't win clean. Oh, so that leads to the third match. I didn't hate it at all. From a storyline, from a sort of art perspective, great.
I feel, in my opinion, this match was better than the WrestleMania match.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I mean, of course, I need to watch the first one back and compare side by side. But why I like this much more was I feel like in the WrestleMania match, it felt like a very respectful exhibition somehow.
Okay.
It felt like, okay, they were both showing off their abilities, but it felt like a all-out, all-in match, where it's like two got following and they're just having a match, right?
Yeah.
But this one, I know the story that they're trying to tell, okay? Seth Rollins is trying to show that if he's ready, he's prepared, he gets one over Cody. And for the first 20% of the match, that was what was happening. Seth was dominating Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
And of course, Cody Rhodes slowly fought back, and they really played into the style. I realized from watching this match, I think Cody Rhodes is perfect for the WWE style, bro.
Right.
He's the quick cuts, hard-hitting, signature spam.
Yeah.
That works in this environment, I think, more than AEW.
Yeah. So obviously, I feel like I will go and rewatch this because I was working while this match was going on. So I half paid attention, right? I did pay attention though. Over the weekend, I listened to the Stone Cold Broken Skull sessions with Cody Rhodes. So since we're talking about Cody, what did you feel? How did you feel about this interview that he did with Stone Cold?
I saw something on social media that I think describes the situation perfectly, bro.
Okay.
It was Cody Rhodes interviewing Cody Rhodes.
Bro, that is oh my god, that is so perfect. I don't know if you know, at the end of it, Stone Cold, I mean, his conversations with people that he like Brock, Becky Lynch, he's he's smiling at the end. I don't know if it was just a weird shot. He didn't get a good finishing shot, but it looked like he was like, okay, I'm done with it. He had this face of okay, he just interviewed himself. He was I don't know. Okay, Cody came across as, like you said, he was interviewing himself. And I know a lot of people like that in this industry that I work in. It's like people who have so much confidence in themselves because they're trying to cover up for some sort of insecurity to a point where it gets a bit, how do I put it?
Turn off lah.
Yeah. It's a huge turn off. It's like you don't feel like they're being true or real.
I thought he was performing right when like the first few minutes, right, when he was talking, he wasn't talking to Stone Cold, he was talking to the camera.
Yes, bro, that was so obvious. He kept doing, and like oh my god, I get it. I get what you're doing. Like we are literally doing that right now, but it took away the sort of like, you know, the vibe that every Stone Cold podcast has, which is he's just talking to the legend.
Yeah, and okay, take away nothing about Cody Rhodes' career where he went through. I like some of his anecdotes. He talked about Randy and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like he has created a persona for himself, and he feels he need to like perpetuate that persona more than just, because he keep talking about, I'm very comfortable being called Dusty Side. You know, I'm very like I've accepted that. But in a way, I don't think he's accepted that.
No, you're right. You're right. So this whole I've accepted it is a facade. It's like you know what it's like? It's like Mark Spector and Stephen Grant.
Oh, Moon Knight reference. I like it.
So
I like it.
It's weird because in these Broken Skull sessions, I usually come out of it liking the interviewee more.
Yeah.
This one, I'm like, I'm not gonna say I dislike Cody more. It just came across as, like you said, it was a performance. So I was like, oh, okay, I came away with no increased liking of him or less. It's just same.
It's the same as when Stone Cold interviewed Sasha Banks.
Okay.
But Sasha Banks, right, only the first 10 minutes of the interview she put on a show.
Yeah.
But I think once Stone Cold asked about her, you know, beginning in wrestling, her fandom, then you can see the true fan in her come out, and then she let her guard down. She didn't try to act like the boss, you know. I think that was what happened with Cody Rhodes. I feel like there were certain moments, I think, when he touched on, okay, this is when I realized when he was being authentic. Remember when he talked about he wasn't I think the family was broke or something, and then he had to pawn off his watch or something.
Yeah, Dusty had to pawn off the Rolex to send Cody to acting school or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So like I felt like that was when he pulled the curtain a bit, talk about their struggles that way. Because I know some people who were rich when they were growing up, but then their parents went through hard time, went bankrupt or something, and then suddenly they're embarrassed because everyone knows them as rich people, and then they now have to like. So I feel that that's when he was being authentic. But again, I think he got a chip on his shoulder, lah. But I think he really wants to get that title for that vindication. Then maybe he will relax a bit, lah.
So just let him have the title so he can relax a bit. Yeah. So I mean, coming back to this, I see, like I said, usually these I feel like they make me feel better about the subject. This time around, I was like, oof, tough. It's tough to really like him.
Do you think that's the reason why the AEW EVP also don't like him?
I think maybe so. It's that chip mentality. And like you said, maybe once he actually wins it, and then, you know, he's like, oh, okay, I've succeeded. I don't need to put on this act anymore. He'll actually be way more likable.
Yeah.
Div Royalty, how you doing, by the way? Let's say hi to you. Let's say hi to Jason as well, and everyone else in the chat. Nasri, Selamat Hari Raya to you. Irvin, it's good to see you. Raya, bro. Yeah, man. It's good to see everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed Backlash. Okay, let's get back to WrestleMania Backlash. Drop us your scores, by the way, upon 10. How much you think Backlash was. Shall we move on to the next match?
Yes, well, I would not like to, but sure we would. Bobby Lashley versus Omos, bro.
We have to, bro. This is what people came here for. Yes. Omos versus Bobby Lashley, and they cut a very cool Bobby Lashley package as per usual. We know their production is fantastic, and then the match happened.
Okay, I'm gonna give some props here. Okay, I think it was Omos's best wrestling match in WWE so far.
Sure, low bar, but sure.
Remember that one time he had a match against Daba Keto or Commander Aziz?
Bro, I don't remember any of his matches. There's nothing to remember. There was
this one time he had the match with Commander Aziz. Everyone was like, whoa, Battle of the Behemoths. Yeah. And he actually had a decent match, like legit. So I realized I think for Omos to work, right, he needs to have a guy that can match up to him in terms of power, but still be more athletic than him.
Right. Yeah, because
if
Aziz is not that guy. He's not athletic.
Yeah, but if he fight against a small guy, I think he's a bit too clumsy to be able to like bounce around like some
Like
big
Kali.
wrestlers.
Like Kali.
Yeah, correct. Like some big wrestlers, if they have a smaller guy, they actually can make it look good.
Yeah.
Like Big Show is one of them, or Undertaker, but he is not.
No.
So he needs the perfect blend of power and athleticism to be able to fight him.
Ooh, you talking about Bobby?
As in, Bobby is a perfect opponent, I think, for Omos, like in that sense.
Omos falls into that Great Khali, Giant Gonzalez camp where, to me, they look imposing because of the height and everything, but none of their offense looks good because they're trying not to actually kill the fella, right?
Yeah,
but
that's true.
It makes their offense look like horse shit. So every time he does anything, essentially Bobby has to try to sell it as much as he can. I mean, like you said though, I agree with you, this was Omos's best match so far, but the bar is so low. It happened, there was a lot of punch here, none of it looked particularly vicious, but Bobby was trying his best to sell it.
One thing that was impressive was somehow, some way or another, Bobby Lashley managed to put in the hurt lock. I don't know how massive that guy is. He looks that it was very, very impossible to do, but he managed to do it. So Bobby Lashley was the MVP of the show, and I'm very surprised they gave Omos the victory, man.
Yeah, so that means this is not going to end anytime soon, which is yay. I mean,
that means that WWE believe in Lukaku
they gave him a new nickname as well. He's the Nigerian giant. So he's no longer just, Omos, the Colossus or Colossal or whatever the hell.
Yeah. Good to know now that he make it clear that which country he come from. So hopefully...
Then question, why is he not hanging out with Apollo and Commander Aziz?
Yeah, all that should be one gang. Yeah, they're all from the same country. Right?
Bro, that's the new hurt business, yeah? MVP can be like, I want to get back to my roots as well. Bro. So I've assembled fucking Omos, Dabaketo, and Apollo Crews.
The only reason it's called hurt business because it hurts my eyes watching them in the ring.
Anyway, we all know that unfortunately Aziz and Apollo could be future endeavored very soon. I mean, what have
they been doing?
The fact that Aziz is a giant but he's used as a jobber says everything.
Jobber Keto, bro.
The poor guy. Remember when Raw Underground was a thing and he was like, whoa, badass.
Well, then again, Shane McMahon was still around, so...
yeah, I guess. What's up, The Shadow? Lavin, how are you, man? It's good to see you.
Yo, man. We just two matches in our Backlash review, so we didn't miss much. Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, I forgot to say, I think it was my match of the night, personally, for me.
I mean, that one... no argument lah, look at what else proceeded there. Anyway, let's move on from Omos and Bobby Lashley to Edge versus AJ Styles. Okay, this one was another one I sort of was only half paying attention. So tell me about the match itself as a wrestling match. How did it pan out for you?
Okay, good thing about this match, right? I feel, in my opinion, AJ Styles and Edge heard the criticism from WrestleMania. Okay. I heard they probably heard wow, this match supposed to be a dream match but never live up to potential. It was just a so-so match on the card.
Yeah.
They brought it.
Okay.
They brought it. I remember they were Edge keep talking over the last few weeks about wanting to see that pit bull mentality from AJ Styles.
Yeah.
First 2 minutes or first 5 minutes, it was all AJ Styles beating the crap out of Edge, bro.
Nice.
He kicked his ass like nobody's business, and It was intense. It was intense, and it was more like a fight at the beginning.
Okay.
But then they managed to, I think, target the shoulder.
That's right.
Yeah. So they played around with AJ Styles' shoulder. So I think that's when the Edge started taking control. I'm becoming a fan of this Judgment Day stable, bro.
Sure.
I'm liking how much Edge leaned into. I mean, I should have always had faith in his ability to make anything work. But it's starting to come together.
Yeah.
Of course, clearly they banned so-called Damian Priest from ringside. So that was what happened because I think AJ Styles beat him on Raw, so that's why he can't go to the ring.
Yeah.
So, but he did try to come out when the referee was down.
So Finn Balor showed up on Raw to help AJ Styles. They did the Too Sweet. I was like, ooh, this could go either two ways, right? So AJ Styles and Finn Balor could team up, Bullet Club, and feud with Judgment Day. Or Finn could pretend to show up and help help AJ Styles, but then turn and then join Judgment Day. We know how that panned out, and unfortunately, I feel like the reveal was a bit weak. I don't know. Okay,
well, let's talk about the review. But before that, so Finn Balor did come out, but he defended, AJ Styles. So he's like Team AJ lah.
Yeah, he like held Damian Priest back, make sure he didn't, disturb or anything like that. Like, okay, I think this is me knowing like how they've treated Finn Balor and just feeling like he could have been so much more. Like, he could be Demon within Judgment Day. That would be a million times better as a swerve. But they went with something that was, I hate to say predictable because, we look at the dirt sheets, we kind of knew it was in the air already, but the hooded figure, who's it going to be? Is it Tommaso Ciampa? And then it was revealed.
Rhea Ripley.
Yes, who cost AJ the match. And then it was like, I don't know, it felt flat to me as a reveal.
Well, for me, like, they didn't show the hooded figure whether it was a guy or a girl. They managed to angle it or shot it in a way where it wasn't that obvious. So I was like, is it Ciampa? I thought it was a guy at first.
Yeah.
But then I think the reaction from the audience at the back kind of like gave it away, because I think before they even revealed the hood, they were like, oh. Did you see the front row of the audience?
No, I didn't notice,
Yeah, so the front row of the audience actually gave it away in a way that like I was a bit hyped. Like, oh, who is it? And then when it opened up, it was Rhea Ripley in full black hair. She dyed her hair black. So and then interestingly, purple eyeshadow, bro.
Black and purple,
subtle.
Yeah, Edge has that's his entire color scheme now. So obviously I like the idea of Rhea Ripley joining this faction. I wonder what Beth has to say. I wonder if Edge will start making out with. Can you imagine?
Oh my god,
that rated R shit.
Girl,
must be respectful. He's a husband and a father and everything. Even if you're a bad guy.
He's not Vince McMahon, bro. He won't book himself to make out with younger women.
What? Tori Wilson, Stacy Keibler, Sable. Basically every diva Vince has made out with.
Yes, yeah. Okay, but I personally, of course, all of us wanted Rhea Ripley in the stable, So this is a great development. Somewhat agree with you. The reveal was a bit like meh, like okay. It wasn't like a whoa kind of shit.
Do you think that this called for a lights out moment? I know they overdo the freaking lights out, like and then when they attack AJ Styles backstage, got light flickering. I'm like, which motherfucker is walking in and then that is the dumb. I'm sorry, but that we are out of the 90s Attitude Era. Like Attitude Era, Undertaker, I could have bought that. Like, lights going out in the locker room. But in 2022, here I am, I'm thinking, who is the motherfucker who just walked in and with the light switch?
Oh man, okay, at least they didn't. Okay, if given a choice for them to be overly theatrical with the reveal, I wouldn't have wanted it also. I personally wouldn't have wanted the lights out.
Okay.
They went the best way, I think, that like gets to the point lah. Hooded figure reveal, blah blah blah. But of course, the real reason why I feel is a bit of a disappointment is because this whole feud has been like meh.
Right. Right.
So I kind of like that there's this development because now they're gonna expand the story. So do you think AJ and Finn were gonna get a girl to help counter that?
I mean, right now doesn't it feel like AJ and Finn have no heat? It's like they are just there to lose. Like they haven't gotten a win thus far, so they feel like the jobbers in this situation. They're just there to put over the new faction, and like nothing about them as a duo makes me feel like, oh my god, good versus evil. It's like, oh okay, like they're there to lose. So even if they get like a Liv Morgan or whoever, because Liv has history with Rhea, right?
Yeah.
It will also feel like
they are not making the babyface compelling, like whether there's a chance that they can actually defeat this Judgment Day,
Yeah, it's kind of the same problem as Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is at this level, right here, this level. All his opposition is here. There's literally nobody. They're slowly trying to build it up. I get it, right? Like with Drew and Randy and whatnot. But right now, the disparity is so wide that it doesn't feel credible. So it feels like, okay, they're just there. That's why no stakes. There's no like I don't see any involvement in this. Okay. For example, let's do an AEW comparison. I don't believe I'm comparing AEW, but this is one of the best AEW things right now. MJF, even though he's feuding with whoever, with Wardlow right now, they're putting jobbers up against Wardlow, but at least there's a MJF connection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's not technically beating jobber, he's technically beating MJF's representatives. So there's something there. Right now with Judgment Day and with the AJ and Finn, they feel like the jobbers. They feel like, oh, they're there and they're losing week in, week out. Week in, week out, they go there and get beat up. So we're waiting
for the reveal of the true hero of the story.
Yeah. Where's the true hero? Is there a true hero, or is this just going to be like the heel focus?
You know what they are hinting all along? I know all along who's the hero, bro.
Oh, who?
Gong! The Undertaker!
Coming back from retirement? No, I don't, bro. Cannot lah, bro.
No, but clearly it's an Undertaker cosplay tour party.
Yeah.
Judgment Day. So they get the real Undertaker to face him lah.
No, but this time he comes out. He comes out to the God music like Shawn Michaels.
Oh my God. You do the Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. How dare you copy my shit?
Who would Edge want to put over? Like, honestly, because AJ Styles doesn't need to be put over. He's a star already. But who do you think AJ would want to work with to be put over?
Isn't the point to put over Damian Priest?
Yeah, but Damian Priest is turning 40 soon, bro.
Yeah. So that's why
the wrong guy to put over.
They need a Ciampa. But Ciampa is feuding with Ali, so woo!
So that was a bit of a swerve, huh?
Yeah.
Didn't expect that, but like I said again, to wrap it up, better match than WrestleMania, a good development. I got no complaints. I think it was a fair improvement, you know.
Then shall we complain about the next match?
Let's go.
All right. Once again, to be fair, I didn't pay full attention to this, but I saw the ending. Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair. I quit match. So Charlotte Flair yelled, "I quit." Right? There was no there was no real debating it. It was quite like clean cut. Charlotte quit.
Yeah. And apparently Charlotte quit and got her arm broken, as reported from, the backstage after the
sure. So maybe she's taking a break, lor.
Yeah, perhaps. I think. Okay, first things first. I watched the match in its entirety. Again, much better match than the WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
This was a brawl, bro. They tried to they tried for maybe 5 seconds to make it a submission match, but after that it was just I beat the shit out of you until you quit.
You know what? It makes sense. It works very well, especially considering it's Ronda.
Yeah. The best thing I can say about this whole feud so far and match, right, is that this match proved that they should just not talk and just fight. Because when they fight, Ronda is a badass.
Yes.
Right? And bro, she never held back, bro. I've never seen woman on woman violence this much, man.
Oh.
Like Ronda took the Singapore cane and really whacked, like, you know how she whacked or not?
How?
She got 2 canes, right?
Yeah.
She thinks she was Steve Blackman, bro. She was just bro, she like a storm. What's the one that Deadpool the one with the
2 katanas. Yeah.
The katana defending. Wow, bro, and I think she legitimately she wasn't holding back with the whacks, bro, because she whacked until she did that until the thing broke in half.
Oh my god. Okay,
so,
you know what it is, right?
Yeah.
They probably heard the criticisms, and Charlotte and Ron, they probably looked at each other and went, you know what? Let's just fucking go for it and show them that we can put on a brawl.
Let's just kill each other and just apologize later.
Yeah, exactly. Just screw it. I'm going to take a break anyway, so just go for it.
Yeah, and of course Charlotte gave it back, in return. Like she kena her through the barricade. The one funny thing that happened in the match was the crowd was chanting "We want tables," but they didn't give it to them.
Good, because it's not a fucking tables match.
Yeah. And of course the ending and the one that you watched was apparently I really love the heel line from Charlotte because she wanted I think she was about to make her quit, right?
Yeah.
So she had her in the chair.
Yeah.
She put Ronda's arm through the chair at first.
Yeah.
And she said, "Happy Mother's Day."
I know, I saw that. It was hilarious.
Yeah, so I think that like fired up Ronda, and then Ronda reversed and then ended up doing the armbar thing. So like all along, I think I don't remember whether Ronda had a brawl or like a hardcore match, but this was a very good, well done match.
Okay.
In terms of was there a hardcore match that she ever did before? I feel like that she would have.
She's had brawls, especially remember the backstage brawl with Becky and Charlotte.
But not like a hardcore match or street fight match, right?
Yeah, not really. So these sort of matches sort of lend themselves towards her style, as in she's not a freaking storyteller in the ring. You know, you got to keep it brutal. Was it a quick match?
It was decent. I wouldn't say it was super quick. It was, I would say 10-15 minutes maybe.
It was 16 minutes according to Wikipedia. So
the match was like the top of the hour. So like Seth Rollins and Cody was the opening match. This was like the middle main event, big match, and then of course the main event was the book ended it.
Could this have been the main event? No, you don't think so? It's not up there, as in terms of like how was the crowd? Actually, I'm very interested to know about the crowd reaction to this match.
The crowd treated Ronda like the babyface.
Okay, wow.
The crowd I think liked that she showed this side of her, this fire, this like aggression, ruthless aggression.
Wait, question. Was she smiling a lot?
No. Thank God she didn't go to the school of Raquel Gonzalez. She wasn't smiling.
Okay, well, maybe this is WWE finally realizing, okay, she should not be cutting promos and smiling. She should just go out there and beat ass.
If this was the match that she had on her return, like right after Royal Rumble, she didn't speak at all.
Yeah.
She had this match, I think she would still be as over as she was in 2018.
Okay.
So I think this match did a lot to rehab her reputation or her perception.
Yeah.
But of course, we've sat through like 5 weeks of nonsensical bad-ass promos. Not bad-ass, but bad that it was ass
promo. Yeah.
Promo.
So hopefully, the writers and whoever is making these calls are realizing that, okay, this is how you book Ronda Rousey. You book her like a freaking thunderstorm. She comes in, beats people, and leaves it like a Goldberg lah.
Yeah. Funnily enough, so they reported, right, that Charlotte might have injured her arm or she's taking a
radial fracture.
Yeah, radial. And the best part is right after Pat McAfee was like, in the arm there is 2 bones, one radial, one. I'm like, bro, why is suddenly you become doctor, bro?
He's trying to give context, bro.
Yeah, appreciated the additional info, but it's so weird, Ironically, does this mean Charlotte is the one taking the break? Ronda is the champion. Ronda is leading SmackDown going forward. So Ronda is here to stay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so now this creates a problem, right? So who in the SmackDown division is even close to the, quote unquote Ronda's level at this point? Who do you think they should try to raise up, I guess? Because look at the SmackDown's women's division. Aaliyah, Shotzi.
Bro. There is 2 lah. I would say 2 lah. One is the smiling babyface Raquel Rodriguez.
Oh God. Okay.
I mean, it seems that they're gonna push her. That's one.
But she's not ready to take on Ronda, and she's a face. So her versus Rousey, who is supposed to be a face, not gonna work.
And another one, she finally got out backstage from her sob stories. Lacey Evans finally came to the ring.
That one, another face. So you have your quote unquote top tier women's wrestlers, all face. Unless Lacey freaking suddenly swerves everybody, but not after all these long packages, right? Cannot be. She has to be a face.
There was a tease though on SmackDown, right, when the announcer brought her to the ring finally after her segment, after her vignette. Then she said Lacey Evans would like everyone to show the proper respect. Do you hear that?
Yes, I found that very weird. I was like, did she screw up and say it in a wrong way, or was that planned? And they're actually subtly making her heel.
I don't know, but I mean, it creates intrigue, right?
Do you trust WWE to handle this subtly and cleverly? That's the real question, because I don't.
Yeah, that's the tough part about WWE. But when Lacey came out, I mean, she was wearing the full military fatigue,
No,
looking
bro,
like
military fatigue from the waist down. On top, lingerie. Like I cannot with this outfit. It looks like, at least wear the jacket or something. Then you take it off when you wrestle, whatever. Fine, right? But no,
Right.
she's like, yeah, I'm military from the waist down, and I'm bedroom from the waist up. Like, what the hell is that?
Oh man, I mean, maybe somebody watched a bit of never mind. I don't want to say military team.
Oh, okay. I
adult films, perhaps. No, but I mean, she's a beautiful woman. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not complaining about that, but I get it. The tone a bit off.
yeah.
Yeah, but Lacey, you know what? The thing I like about Lacey is she has the physique of like a wrestler.
Yeah.
She is not like no offense, Alexa Bliss, I love you, but no, she doesn't have the Alexa Bliss
Yeah.
or skinny ass.
Tiny girl. No, she looks like, she looks like a bad. She looks like, when you put her next to Charlotte, they look commensurate. Like, it doesn't look weird. Like, yeah, when you put Alexa Bliss next to Charlotte looks like she could destroy this little girl.
Yeah, and Lacey Evans, I think, legitimately can pose a threat to Ronda Rousey if right story, right roles.
But they are in the wrong roles right now, so it's not going to work. Unless, okay, and Muhammad Daniel mentioned, I would love to see this, a returning Bailey.
Yeah.
Or,
Bailey will be.
yeah. Or you holding pattern with Ronda, she decimates people every week until draft. Because the draft is coming soon, is it not?
Is it though? Like, I thought drafts are now every October.
Is it October? Okay, well,
That
then
was what it was last year, right?
holding pattern until October. Because literally nobody, unless Sasha turns heel, Naomi turns heel, they're not going to.
Yeah, they're not. My question is, what's next for Ronda Rousey? Because Charlotte was technically her biggest foe.
Yeah.
Now that she vanquished it, does Becky come into the fray?
Oh, but aren't they saving Becky Ronda for next WrestleMania?
Maybe. Yeah. So Bailey is not that she's not injured anymore, bro.
Oh, is it? So yeah, they're biding their time, waiting for a big return. So, and she's never worked with Ronda. It's a fresh match. And I'm just worried, I'm just worried. Bailey, even though she's heel, people are going to love it that she's back. She'll get cheered. And then they might boo Ronda. And then Ronda, she a bit of boo. She hurt feelings. And is it going to fall apart?
Okay lah. I tell you what, Mister Young, when you watch the match, you judge for yourself the reaction that the crowd gave lah.
Okay.
Then we see whether this babyface run will really sustain.
Yeah. Okay, if anything, Ronda is one of those characters, one of those people, right? It's like, John Cena, sometimes certain towns, everyone's cheering for him. Certain towns, half of them will boo. Certain towns, everybody boo. So I feel like maybe Ronda is that sort of divisive personality where you love her or you hate her. And this town, well, they just love her. This town, they buy the WWE product. I swear, they're going to Chicago next, are they not?
Yes, Hell in a Cell.
Chicago's going to shit on a lot of faces, I feel. Like, because they are more, quote unquote, smart,
Smart fans,
yeah, so not smart, but like going into business for themselves type of fans.
Yeah.
They will try to hijack the show.
Yeah, Marky Marks lah.
Yeah, Marky Marks.
But at the end of the day, Ronda still needs a lot of work to like become a well-rounded WWE superstar. Now I think she's a good wrestler, or a good performer in the ring, but as an overall star, yeah.
Mouthpiece. Get her a mouthpiece. Have her up against Shayna Baszler. There's your match.
Shayna Baszler is on SmackDown.
Natalia, but I mean, we've seen that match 1,000 times.
Yeah. But Ronda is gonna be the baby face going forward on SmackDown, and we just have to deal with it.
Can you imagine we throw all those examples out, right? And then what WWE gives us? Promos every week. Ronda Rousey. Hi.
Oh my god.
Well,
no.
Nobody can stand up to me. Pout. Angry face. Boo. Because like we've talked about, like a lot of their programming now is just sort of buying time till the next big event. Buying time till the next event. So I wouldn't honestly be surprised. They're like, okay, just 1 week, just get out there. And then it becomes 2 weeks. And then it becomes 3 weeks. There isn't that sort of like must-see vibe for every show, even though that's how they announce it.
Yeah, but I'm not against the fact that they actually had lesser matches on this Backlash card.
No, it was very easy to watch.
It was easy to watch, yes. But I do feel sad for people like Kevin Owens, Ezekiel, Ricochet, Theory.
Yeah, that's true. Well, they could be featured in the next. Actually, the next PLE is Hell in a Cell, right? So okay, that's a big one. Then after that is Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank.
Another big one. So okay, maybe they can feature on those lah.
Yeah, and then SummerSlam already. Bro, actually the months are gonna pass by fast, bro.
You're right, huh? Okay. Leading up to SummerSlam, maybe it could get very interesting very soon.
I think once we clear Hell in a Cell, I think business will pick up once again.
All right. Talking about business picking up, that's exactly what didn't happen after that match. It's more like, okay lah, the feud, let's have a blow-off, Madcap versus Happy Corbin.
Bro, oh man, this match though.
I've said this 1,000 times. Just have Madcap Moss be Moss or Riddick or just a badass. He looks the part. Stop giggling like a jackass. Stop wearing suspenders, for God's sakes, just go away from the Happy Corbin nonsense and just be the badass that you are.
Bro, I think they're going to go on the opposite direction. They're going to call him Happy Moss right now, bro.
Oh.
He was smiling his way through the match like nobody's business.
He's going to go away very soon. If he keeps going on, like, now that he's turned on Baron Corbin, at least, like, okay, there's some, like, babyface heat. But if he still does jokes and giggling and smiling and shit like that, no, man, I cannot, bro.
Once again, it was a better match than Baron Corbin against Drew McIntyre in WrestleMania. No need to say lah. But this match was competitive. Like, I don't know whether you watched the full match, but Corbin actually did a senton, bro.
Yeah, see, there's never been a question about whether these two can go. They can. Like the Moss. You know what? I'm just gonna call him Riddick Moss because he should be Riddick Moss. Riddick Moss versus Drew McIntyre at the Saudi show. Like, it was a good match. It was good, like two horses going at it. So there's been no doubt that they can go. But it's just this personality that he has to put on.
Down by the gimmick, bro.
Oh my God. So I really hope this is okay, we test you out first. If you can stick it out, then we'll give you the ball.
I think this was the only good thing about this match is I think this will end their rivalry.
Yeah. And
I think they will go away from each other after this. I'm curious to see what happens to Baron Corbin. Like, is he gonna reinvent himself some more?
I want him to go back to bum-ass Corbin, man. Bum-ass Corbin was the best. Corbin.
Yeah, he was the best. He was a bit too short of a run. I think it should be a longer run.
Then Moss, just repackage the poor guy.
He can be SmackDown's Ezekiel, bro, in terms of like babyface reaction.
Yeah,
the crowd likes.
Yeah, he's got this like fresh face. His jokes, even though now he's like, okay, he's still telling jokes, but he's making fun of the bad guy, therefore he gets cheers. But it's still like that borderline sort of, oh my God, this is
that joke.
Yeah, kind of cringy, like if you had a Mick Foley making dad jokes, the crowd would love him.
Yeah.
He's not Mick Foley. He's not older guy who is like, very lovable. He's a badass.
Yeah. It will take some time. Like this kind of personality, right? If you develop it organically, you make that jokes, you make lame, like Kurt Angle did this kind of jokes all the time, and like we love him for it. But because you go in the ring,
no, but you established him as a badass first.
Yes,
that came before the personality. Then people respected him already. Then he can go and joke. But then we know in the back of our minds, oh yeah, he can joke, but in the ring he'll fuck you up.
He can joke with age, can make all the botak jokes, but then when it's their match, like they're gonna have a banger. Right?
Yeah. Whereas Moss is like the first thing we saw about him was
Okay, the good thing about this match is that it was short. It was one of the shorter matches.
I think we all agree, right? At this point, WWE is being let down by their writing more than anything else. It's not so much the talent. There are some people here and there, but by and large, it's just the writing that has been just letting everybody down.
Yeah, the writing, I think the stories are very hit or miss. The good ones, like I would say Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins are compelling television. Bloodline, compelling television. But if it's 2 out of 10 segments, you have to go through a lot of shit just to get the good ones. At least AEW, you know that like the good ones are more or less guaranteed, And the bad ones, I think someone have the potential to get away and become good. But this one is like, if it's bad, it means really cannot be safe. It's not the wrestler's fault even.
Yeah. Let's get to our main event then. All right. Very quickly, the Bloodline, Roman Reigns and the Usos versus Drew McIntyre and RK-Bro. And, we already talked about it. Like, my biggest problem when the main event started, it was either I watched the main event or what was I doing? I can't remember. I think I wanted to go to the toilet, take a shit. Anyway, that was more important. Like, you know what I mean? Like it really felt like the main event of a Raw. It felt missable, even though the performers were very good.
Everyone in the match came across like a star, in my opinion. Like, everyone can wrestle. Are over with the audience. But even if they are over, they need a reason to be fighting.
Exactly. Like I said, no stakes. It doesn't matter who wins this match. Ultimately, who cares?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. And the worst part is, right, it went to the wrong person. Bloodline defeated them.
Yeah, so see, that's the thing, right? So, okay, you have this match that honestly doesn't mean anything. So, at least if you had RK-Bro and Drew McIntyre pick up the victory over an Uso, doesn't have to be Reigns. Keep Reigns strong, all right? Whatever. I don't know, would that have been predictable? Maybe, yes. But at least this gives the good guys sort of like the moral victory. And therefore, they have like an argument. See, okay, now you have to give us a title shot. Or now, something like that. Versus, no, bruh. Roman picks up the win over Riddle, not surprising, to keep the, get the youngest one to take the pin lah. And what does that give us moving forward? Nothing, absolutely nothing.
If Drew was the one that got the pin, at least Drew can say, I beat one of your guys, give me a title shot.
Yes.
It builds towards his momentum, but I feel like them taking out Riddle, it affects Drew's momentum. Yep. Why would Roman Reigns want to fight Drew right now? They already defeated them as a group.
Exactly. He has literally unless they do this whole like, Drew is like, but you didn't pin me. You didn't pin. But that is not a very strong ground to stand on. Right? If you had Drew beat one of the Usos, at least, got excuse. I beat your team, right? And then... Once again, you can have dissension amongst the bloodline. They just went with the most of all the outcomes. They went with the most boring outcome.
Yeah, I agree. At the end of the day, I'm always a fan of RK-Bro. I love the fact that they're getting main events. But again, I think the whole point of this pay-per-view is a holding pattern.
Yep.
Most of the matches recycled for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
No new storylines developed other than the Judgment Day one. This one, really, like you said, you know what? This would have been great at where or not, bro? The WWE live event.
No, I think, okay lah, there's a place for all this, but not on like a pay-per-view or premium
With
live
stakes,
event.
right?
It just felt like, it's an episode of Raw. It would have been a very good episode of Raw. Which is very few and far between these days. But
I forgot which pay-per-view back in the Attitude Era, bro, where it was like 2-man power trip versus Brothers of Destruction. Winner get the title belts from each one of them.
Yeah, and here you got Drew and RK-Bro versus the Bloodline, no stakes. Not even a contenders slot up for grabs. Nothing. Paul Heyman on a pole. Nothing. Like, why? I mean, and this is what bothers me, right? It's like, we see everybody putting in the work. Everyone wrestled well. They tried to tell a compelling story in the ring. But it's all let down by the fact that, there's absolutely no buzz. And at the end of the day, that's what they should be generating. Big buzz, big money. We talked about this. Good wrestling can only give you the fans like us. We appreciate it. Your average person don't give two fucks. Don't know, don't care. It's not like, whoa, wait, really, this happened? What? Like, there's nothing for your... And at the end of the day, that's what they need to get, right?
I think the audience will still go home happy because they got a great match of the year contender in Seth versus Cody. Yep. They got I would say a very decent brawl, I Quit match that really put over Ronda. So I think they will be happy with that. And even this match, even though it has no stakes, I feel like they would have enjoyed the show, even though I personally would have wanted them to send the crowd home happy with the baby faces winning.
Yeah.
But Roman is over. I think I very hard for me to say this, but I think Roman is coasting on the fact that he's the most over guy in the company right now. So we're gonna get a lot of segments like this.
Can they make that into a thing where he's just become, he's resting on his laurels and
the Brock Lesnar situation, he absent champion, is it?
Yeah, I mean, maybe they could pull that off. I mean, obviously, if you look at the future, right, like Hell in a Cell, they could have Randy, they could have Drew. Obviously, is going to headline the European pay-per-view with, premium live event with Roman. So that all makes sense. But at this point, I don't see anybody being credible enough to even, put a dent in the armor.
Yeah, I would like to see Randy versus Roman in Hell in a Cell, like just as like an offshoot between their Bloodline and RK-Bro rivalry.
Yeah.
It will be a great way, like even use it as an excuse where Usos can't interfere, Riddle can't interfere.
Yeah. Dude, bro, it's perfect. And to set up this match, you can have so many awesome matchups, fresh matchups in between. You could have Reigns versus Riddle. That's very fresh, right? Right before Orton versus Reigns.
And like how Drew comes into the picture is Drew probably will like have a conversation with Randy. It's like, you know what, I want to go after the title next. Whether it's you beating Roman or Roman winning, I'll be the next in line. Like, so at least they can have this baby face who are like, they have this mutual respect, but they know that, I'm still coming for you next kind of deal,
Or Drew can be in Money in the Bank. And you get Drew and Cody and a bunch of other fillers. But so, so like, who's going to win that one? At least there's intrigue there moving forward.
Can be a lot of permutations that can be done, but I think WWE just needs to get away from this slump because you see, the slump is they create themselves. It's not that the audience feel a slump. Like, I might be tired from watching WrestleMania, I might need a day off or what, but like if the shit is interesting, I will keep watching, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how many times I watched Liverpool versus Man City this season? Like every match, I still feel excited to watch because there's new stories around it. So it's
yeah. Okay, well, I mean, there you go. That's WrestleMania Backlash. Interestingly enough, earlier we asked you guys to tell us what your number score is. Continue putting in the chat what your number score is. I saw some 7s, I saw some 6s. Personally,
I saw some 7s as well,
because I don't know if I can give this a fair grading because, like I said, I was like half paying attention. But from hype alone, I'm like maybe a 6.
From hype alone, as in like from listening to whatever we talk about and then like you feel hype about it to watch?
Yeah, as in because, I'm trying to put my mind in the average fan's position, right? Not like, judge it by how good the match was. Did they wrestle it well? To me, I feel like I'm looking at this one as did I feel sports entertained? And in terms of developments, like I said, could have been a great episode of Raw, but for PLE, this is not something that would have made me buy a subscription. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, I would say, remember when we reviewed Crown Jewel last year? Same issue. Like, we were talking about like there's no bill, everything is like crap, but then the matches all delivered.
But okay, because they were in a foreign land and the pyro and camels and weird shit, like it felt grander. This one felt like a Raw, like okay lah. Yeah. So
as a pay-per-view in terms of match quality, because we play GM mode, we know they have a lot of breakdown. Got match quality, got audience, blah blah blah. Match quality, I think, is a solid B.
Okay.
It was a good, great matches. Everything delivered in the ring. In terms of enjoyment of it, like enjoyment as a casual fan, it's a C+ for me.
Yeah. So I'm willing to bet a lot of people, especially here in Singapore, because of the time difference, didn't even bother catching it. It's one of those if I miss it, okay lah. It doesn't hurt.
Probably in Singapore right now, there's probably like 30,000 wrestling fans left in this Singapore right now. Okay, just a ballpark figure.
I would say 30,000 is very generous, bro.
Very generous, still very generous. Okay, never mind. 10,000. I'll put 10,000.
Okay.
Out of 10,000, right? Probably about 100 people watched it lah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Like 50 of them are on this podcast right now.
And the rest probably won't bother because they see the results on Instagram. They're like, lame.
I mean, I've seen more people more excited for yesterday's UFC event, bro.
Oh, right. Hey, UFC is coming to Singapore, by the way. Just total tangent, but yes.
Yeah, they're gonna do a show.
Yeah, in June, in fact.
Damn, who's headlining, bro? Did they say?
Yes. So Yun Jacek versus what's that? The lady from China. They had a banger of a match.
Oh, the one that they make fun of her because of COVID or something.
Yeah. During that
shit
time,
out of her back, right?
Yeah. But that match was like, hey, is it? Oh my god, I might be.
Pascal, if you're still on the chat, please tell us. He's the UFC expert.
Okay. I know Glover Teixeira is defending his belt as well. This is like not a fight night, This is a proper UFC pay-per-view. Got number one.
UFC pay-per-view.
So
nice.
You know what time it's starting in Singapore?
What?
5 a.m., bro.
Huh?
I can go down to the indoor stadium at 5 a.m.
Are
Good
you
luck.
serious?
No, I'm serious. Yeah. Okay.
They're gonna hold a event in Singapore at 5 a.m.
Okay, like the prelims start at like 6 a.m. I think. Not 5 But you know.
That's quite funny though.
Yeah, but so the main card will probably be around 11 a.m.
So are you saying that you can go morning breakfast, go your tea, and then go watch a UFC event?
Yes. Actually, okay, this is not the first time they've done this. I've been to one UFC event. It was a pay-per-view event in Japan before. And Japan and us, similar time zone, right? Just 1 hour off. The opening bell was 6 a.m. I remember going there and you know what? The stadium was packed.
Nice.
Because Japanese fans respect, like, the amount of respect they have for the sport. Like, and Japanese, they will be there on time one, no. I was the late one, no. They look at this foreigner coming late.
Bro?
Huh?
How late were you, bro?
Like 2 minutes late. Bro, in Singapore, got UFC or one championship, whatever, people still strolling in like during the main event.
Didn't we do that?
Yes.
That was what happened to us.
A little bit. But like in Japan, like they respect this shit so much. Also, it's probably very rare for the UFC to travel that much lah. They are there in the prelims where nobody knows who the hell these fellas are. Wow, everyone's there at 6 a.m. watching already.
Respect, man. Well, I mean, will you be going, man? This is your UFC guy, right?
I haven't caught up with the UFC in a long time, so I might not. And it's damn expensive, lah. It's damn expensive, bro. Yeah, okay, Zhang Weili versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk. That's one. Valentina Shevchenko versus Tayla Santos.
My God, sorry, I do not know anyone, bro.
That's a women's flyweight championship match. I know Valentina Shevchenko. I don't know who this Santos is. That's new to me. Glover Teixeira, I remember. He's the light heavyweight champion versus Yili Prochaska. I have no idea who that is. Oh my God, all these new guys.
So only Glover is a recognizable name because I remember him from playing UFC. Bro.
Oh yeah, yes, Glover as well as Yun Jacek and Zhang Weili.
Okay.
Bro, front row is $2,888.
Okay, 2,800 and then wake up at 6 a.m. Okay, never mind.
Okay, I mean, it is what it is. UFC market themselves as a premium brand, right? Okay, the cheapest tickets, the nosebleeds, you need binoculars, $58.
Can.
Got 58, 98, 138, 188, 238. It's my birthday, by the way, so...
On your exact birthday?
No, it's not exact birthday. This one is 20...
It's your month, lah.
The month. This is... Oh, no, it's June 12th, so it's not even in the week. It's in the month, though.
Yeah. Bro, save it, bro.
Yeah.
We go watch wrestling, bro.
It depends on when WWE, decides. They are not going to come back to Singapore, not anytime soon. Maybe next year. Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, like now they are going to Europe and stuff like that.
Yeah, let them cover all their major markets first, lah.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's enough local wrestling for us to watch. For us to attend.
Speaking
in the next couple of months.
Yes. Speaking of which, next couple of weeks, in fact, big shout out to Grapple Max who are going to be holding their Fight Club 3 event. What was it? 21st of May.
Yes, so 21st of May.
That's very soon. I'm not sure if there are still tickets available, but you guys can go and check. Like, you all know what to do. Go and look at Grapple Max on Instagram. So they have an event there. Then after that, SPW is going to have an event as well. That one, have they announced the details yet?
I'm not so sure, but I'm assuming it's also at the end of May as well, coming up. We gotta check out our boy, our dudes there in SPW to give us more info. Yeah, we'll catch up. We'll catch up with statement with regards to that when it comes. Ring of Rebirth. There's a third promotion in Singapore. So Eurasian Dragon. So in the next couple of weeks, even with WWE, AEW, a bit of a relaxing slump, there's things happening in local wrestling that we can catch you guys up on.
Absolutely, that's true. Mama Daniel, before we leave, let's address this. Mama Daniel asks, when will you both be playing GM mode for WWE 2K when they fix that shit? So I don't know if you've noticed this or
oh my god,
have read about this, right? But like there are bugs now that have been cropping up. Like my GM mode keeps crashing. It's so fucking irritating.
Wait, why does it start to have bugs now, months later?
I don't know if it has to do with custom characters or they're just adding more stuff. But like I am having issues. Like I will get to like week 10, 12, and then suddenly every time I try to finish an event, it crashes. And I'm like, okay.
Did you update your game recently?
Of course, bro. Always. Mine is auto update.
Okay. For me, I never update. I only update manually. This is why I managed to escape all this nonsense.
So the updating is what's been screwing things up, huh?
Yeah, you're right. When you update and you add more new things and they try to fix things, but actually they're adding more bugs to the situation.
You mean you haven't downloaded the latest slew of downloadable characters like, Omas?
Umaga? Oh, no, Umaga. I saw the Umaga one.
Actually, I don't like playing as Umaga is quite cool. Like, let's reliving those moments, like, the Samoan Spike and.
Have you been playing using him?
Yes,
recently?
I have in my faction mode. Stuff like that. Yokozuna, Katie Catanzaro, which sticks out like a sore thumb in that pack. Like you got all the heavyweights and the smallest one.
Wait, when you download it, right? Like it's an auto download lah. So it's actually free, is it?
You need a season pass. So I bought the deluxe. So yeah, my deluxe comes with like all the future DLC, so that automatically downloads. But if you didn't buy it, then you have to buy it lah. Okay. Would I say it's worth it? I mean, it's Omas.
Yeah, it's Omas. Like you want to pay extra money for Omas.
Yeah, why? For what?
I mean, okay, I'm still down for GMO. We need to just fix a day where we can actually record it together, I guess.
The problem with GMO, and this is the dumbest thing ever, right? You can't play it online. How stupid is it? Who still in 2022 sits around in the same room to play games?
Yeah lah. Apparently, for us to make it happen, we have to do it, I guess. Yeah, but don't worry, Muhammad Daniel, we'll figure it out, the permutations on how to do it. I want to do it right before like a big event, like SummerSlam. Or like, I know you've been like simulating stuff on your channel as well, right?
I did it for WrestleMania, like I simmed the matches. It was fun, it was interesting. People legitimately asked me to like, hey, can you sim like WrestleMania Backlash? I want to bet. I'm like, what?
Bet.
Yeah, no, because in other countries, in Singapore, you cannot, right? It's illegal. This segment brought to you by the National Council Against Problem Gambling. But in other countries, they can also you can bet on WWE.
Oh yeah, sports betting lah.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy to me considering this is all a work. But anyway,
isn't it stupid? Then technically, wouldn't I just need to find an insider in WWE? Bro, who's gonna win this match?
Yeah, well, I don't know. And then Vince last minute might swerve you, and then you're like, you Vince.
You know what? If I was a betting man, and I'm not. But if I was, right, I think I should bet on WWE. I will bet on WWE more than football lah. Yeah, because WWE is so predictable, bro.
Well, then again, I predicted that the faces would get the main event, and no, Roman Reigns still won.
Yeah, but I predicted that Cody would win. I should get money now.
Okay, well, there you go. But anyway, yeah, going back to the whole, like, WWE 2K, I just feel sad for the brand as a whole. Like, like nobody's really playing it on Twitch. You see the numbers, it's like a few hundred people at best.
So, like, now the hype for it died down already.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm just talking about on Twitch itself, lah. People are probably still playing it and having fun with it.
I still see on YouTube. I see YouTubers playing playthroughs and doing content related to it. So, I guess that's why WWE rely on these YouTubers and content creators to keep the momentum going, right?
Yeah, but then if it's sort of like and of course then you have like people who run like GM mode, but you know your main event star is Donald Trump, and your main event is Donald Trump versus the Hamburglar, or Ronald McDonald versus freaking SpongeBob SquarePants, crazy shit like that, you know.
Yeah, to me it's like FIFA lah, because FIFA hype always there during the release, first few months, because like everyone's like doing the playthrough, watch along kind of stuff. But then it dies. But the year like after it, before the next game, like it will crop up more like a random commentary and stuff, but it's nothing about the game itself.
Correct. It's about the people playing the game as opposed to the game itself. And unfortunately, like I said, I feel like the WWE pro wrestling as a whole, it's in a good place, don't get me wrong, but it's also in a place where the mainstream media sort of like has so many other things to cover. Okay, let's put it this way. I probably watch more of Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp than pro wrestling these couple of weeks, okay?
I've probably seen more TikToks on Moon Knight and Doctor Strange than WWE.
Exactly.
You know?
So what does that, and not just WWE, AEW as well. And we've talked about this before. You know, AEW can shade WWE all they want. Literally, if there was no WWE, AEW wouldn't exist. There would just be no market for it.
Yeah. We have to respect WWE for creating a market where people actually bother to know about wrestling. At the end of the day, I feel like wrestling will always exist in whatever format, it will always exist.
Yep.
Like a pocket dimension, bro. It will be there no matter what. Bro, think about it. We've been doing this podcast for going on 4 years, right?
Yeah.
It has always been steady.
Yep.
Like, I don't think there's always been a drop in interest. I mean, we appreciate all the fans and listeners that consistently like check up with us and like join in on our reviews. But it has never grown more than a certain ceiling.
Yeah, no.
Because for it,
that's 100% it. And, you know, sometimes I will ask people why they don't watch wrestling, or they used to be fans, they don't watch it anymore. And then some people who are just like, will never watch. And it's always like, oh, it's not real. You know, like even though it's athletic, like they get it, but they would rather watch a UFC because at least that is real. There's no cringy acting. There's no bullshit segments like, you know, the Young Bucks. There's no nonsense like your Danhausen stuff. Like, I'm sorry, but you know, us as fans, we get it because we are in the bubble. But people from outside, they will look at it and go, "This is fake as fuck."
Yeah.
So as much as we want to be, people like that just don't know how to have fun. Well, it looks fake as fuck, and there's just no getting around that. You know.
Yeah. At the end of the day, like, you know, if you really love wrestling, you understand why it's so popular, or as in why it's so enduring. Maybe not popular and so enduring. Then there will be reasons to see why. Yeah. You know, but if you want to find all the reasons why it sucks, there will be multiple reasons why it sucks. So it's just a matter of perspective, lah. Yeah.
But I mean, that's my whole point. Like, we get it because we are not PhD. Maybe we are masters in this subject. Right? To get anyone else in is almost impossible at this point. Almost impossible. Like, what is the one match that you would recommend a non-wrestler in modern wrestling? I definitely wouldn't ask them to watch AEW. Like, maybe CM Punk, MJF, yes. But the rest, no. Stay away from that shit.
Bryan Danielson, probably. A Bryan Danielson match. No, but the thing is, Bryan Danielson will take a bit of patience to like. But if you want to show a person to watch wrestling, and like, it has to be those car crash matches. It has to be a TLC match. Like, no, but not from this era lah. I will probably let them watch all the Attitude Era shit lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Okay, before we wrap things up, Mama Daniel says, where's the IC title? Around Ricochet's waist, which, you know, means absolutely
you remember that?
Nothing. Yeah. Where's the US title? Actually, who has the US title? Huh? Who? Oh, Theory. Don't call me Austin. Yeah, no, I forgot. Yeah, because, you know, those apparently don't matter. Before we go.
Yeah, sorry. Here's we're talking about. Oh my God, not Mister Young complaining about 2K22.
Before we go, quick mention, non-wrestling related. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. How, bro?
Okay.
Did you enjoy it?
Quick review lah.
Spoiler free review. Let's go.
okay when I watched it on my own without reading anything, without listening to other people's opinions. I myself personally enjoyed it.
Okay.
I found a lot of fun things about it. Enjoyed some of the cameos. I liked it, but my own opinion, I watched WandaVision. And I was expecting a lot more from WandaVision leading into Multiverse of Madness.
Okay.
I felt like the Wanda or Scarlet Witch that I saw on Doctor Strange was not the same Wanda that I saw from WandaVision, even though they alluded to it lah.
I feel like that comes from we expected I feel like I'm treading around spoilers here, like ooh, but because we want Wanda to be a hero and conquer her demons literally from WandaVision, right? And Multiverse of Madness seems like she completely like that whole she still succumbed to the dark side lah, right? Is that the feeling? Is that
like it just started and then she was just this person already.
She was already, but then there's the thing, like I get it, but also I get it. I think that Elizabeth Olsen, by the end of the movie, won me over in that she had just. Oh, I don't want to say too much. Okay, let me just leave it at this. I feel like.
Do you all want spoilers or you all do not want spoilers?
No spoilers, no spoilers. Let's not be those guys.
No, but everyone say that they've watched it.
It doesn't matter. There might be one or two people who might have not watched it. No. Dave Royalty, don't even say that. WWE writing like MCU writing. No, bro, no. It was a bit messy. Please, if it was like WWE writing, it would have been like horrendously boring. I enjoyed, as you can tell, I enjoyed the hell out of it. I will fight to the death to defend Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, right? And by the end of it, I freaking felt so bad, but I got Wanda's motives. It's like no matter what you try to do, at the end of it, it's like, fuck, the trauma still comes back, and that is a very real thing that people go through.
Some people like. Okay, so after I watched it and made my own opinions on it, then I started reading reviews and internet. And it was very interesting how mixed it was.
Yeah, because people are bitches. Look. Like,
some really liked it. Some had so many problems with it.
You know why? Because some people can't, like, I am a huge fan of the horror genre. I understand. Yep. It's almost like wrestling. I get the genre. Whereas some people are like, all of a sudden become so scary. But to me, this is his name is literally Doctor Strange. He deals with demons and zombies and weird shit and mystic arts and the macabre. I'm amazed that Disney gave them the leeway to go as far as they did, and I'm glad that they did, because this means that Disney is open to trying different things and not just have Doctor Strange be like this cookie cutter superhero, yay, always teaming up with Spider-Man or with the Avengers. Now he has his own little universe of stories to tell that are more, creepy and macabre. Love it.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Sam Raimi. Like, don't get me wrong. I love everything he did. Even his older stuff, I watched Evil Dead, Drag Me to Hell. Like, I know he came from a horror background, right? But like, a lot of people know him from Spider-Man. But even in Spider-Man, he did manage to put a bit of horror elements in his stories, like Dr. Ock, that kind of thing. So I was happy that he kind of got to unleash his like creative, like just go all out in his like horror elements that he added into Doctor Strange. But then I was surprised because some people say that this is legit. I didn't know there was such criticism, but some people say that, Sam Raimi was the wrong director for Doctor Strange. Wrong choice.
You know why? You know why, right? It's because they don't get this genre, or they don't like that he's injected this like non-Marvel Cinematic Universe formula. It's a completely different formula.
Yeah. I personally was a fan of, there was this one battle scene. Okay, I try not to spoil. Involved music.
Oh, yes. That was so out. See, that's the thing. Once in a while, and you can do it because this is supposed to be this mystical, like, like out there. Like, I've not seen a fight like that before.
That is super unique, right?
Yes, and we are at... Okay, see, Hales hasn't watched yet. See, don't anyhow spoil.
Respect.
To me, it's like we've seen every single fight scene there is. Like Thanos sending a moon to smash on Iron Man. How are you going to top that in terms of epicness? So you go into places where you've never gone before and make things weird and different. And this film was perfect for that. So I'm like, to people who are like, oh, you know, it's like he's the wrong director. No, I think he was the perfect director for this.
Yeah.
People only criticize that it was the wrong director because they weren't expecting what they expected.
Yeah, I like the scene because music fan, right?
Yeah.
And I get it.
Yeah.
But then there's somebody who was like, oh, what's the link Doctor Strange to music? Like, it's not even a good soundtrack. Why they use it? You know what I mean? So I feel like I can actually like a show that other people completely didn't like, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's okay that it's not universally acclaimed.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, at least we know Morbius, everyone like universally dislike.
Yeah. No, well, see, because Morbius was just boringly formulaic and just
Yeah, it's just boring. Yeah.
Yeah. The end credit was damn funny. Let's not say any more about it. Okay, the other thing I feel like people were too hung up on were the cameos, and this annoyed the fuck out of me. Because this is more than the cameos. Because I think people had the expectation after watching No Way Home.
Yeah.
Right? That, multiverse, this actor will show up, that actor will show up. And when they don't show up, they're like, motherfucker, you read that shit on Twitter. Like, why are you using that as your expectation bar?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I
stop.
think, a lot of people were saying that, I wish the cameos did more. But in my opinion, the point of them being cameos for them to give a tease.
Yeah, and not even a tease, because this is supposed to be multiverse. They are not mainline characters. They're not supposed to be, you know? So I think it defeats the whole point. There was one that was like, well, actually there were two that were like, anyway. Like, No Way Home, the cameos were there to give you that fan service, that emotional response from being a Spider-Man fan for all these years.
Yeah.
This one, that's not the role. The role was to give you a what the fuck? Holy shit moment. To me, this was Marvel, Disney saying that we are going to explore this horror genre, and I'm so excited for it because if you look down the road, Blade is coming up as well. It's like, I think a lot of people are thinking, how the fuck are they going to do Blade in this like PG era? Well, we now know that they are willing to sort of push the boundaries. A little bit of blood, a little bit more gory, a little bit more jump scary. That's just good news for the projects coming up.
Very interesting, because one observation I realized was that this was the first time in MCU that they actually showed blood.
Yeah.
Like blood, like in a gory, violent way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember, like, they bleed, but there wasn't like, you know. So yeah, it was good in a sense, lah.
And if you watch Moon Knight as well. The themes of Moon Knight are so much higher level. Okay, I'm going to sound like a complete... you know what? Just call me an arrogant asshole for saying this. But I feel like the people who didn't enjoy Moon Knight didn't enjoy Doctor Strange, right? Don't be so fucking basic. You're just basic. You just want to... they probably thought Morbius was good.
Nobody thought Morbius was good.
Okay,
bro,
that's true. No, they just they just expect a little formulaic action movie, and then when something different gets thrown, that maybe makes them try to think a little bit more and forces your mind to be a bit more, to have more deep thoughts, as it were. I don't like it. I don't understand because you're a dumb fuck. So okay,
bro,
there
these are the people that watch Fast and Furious and think that it's the best thing of all time. That's
bro. I watch Fast and Furious. I love Fast and Furious, but I understand what I'm watching, and therefore it's like you shift your goalposts, right?
Yes.
Like, okay, I watch Fast and Furious, cars flying into sky, jumping from one thing to a helicopter. I'm like, that's fucking ridiculous, but I love it. I love it. I can enjoy it.
On cinema, that's over the top, and that's what you expect.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what? When you said to me just now, Moon Knight is like brilliant, like amazing, like. I thought Moon Knight, to me, is the second best MCU series of all the series.
Okay, which is first?
For me, personally, I thought Loki was first.
Okay. Me. I mean, it's debatable. Like, I felt like I know. I felt that Winter Soldier and Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon.
Actually, to me, that was the most boring one.
Oh yeah, no, but that's the thing. I actually like Falcon and Winter Soldier the most.
No.
I mean, like one of the ones I like a lot.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I dislike it, but I thought because I like things to be a little bit out there. You know, multi-dimensional, a bit of a mind fuck.
Yeah, because I guess Falcon and Winter Soldier was more grounded in the sense that it was like a hand-to-hand combat.
Like action show lah. It was like action thriller sort of a deal. Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. I want both of us to say our least like Disney Plus series. Okay.
Or Marvel, you mean? Least like ah.
Least like the one that you didn't enjoy the most.
Okay, you go.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Hawkeye. Well, okay. But once again, you have to understand, it's essentially a Christmas movie with an action hero. That's it. So you enjoy it for what it is.
It was an extended Christmas Home Alone movie.
Yeah, right? Like, and
if they had paid off the Kingpin cameo, they would have still be savable, but the Kingpin there was so bad.
Yeah, I know. Especially if you've watched the original Daredevil series, then the Kingpin was like, what the hell? Yeah. Look, the next series is Ms. Marvel, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like Ms. Marvel is going to be in that vein. It looks like it's aimed towards kids.
Yeah,
so
younger audience, yeah.
It's not one that I think we are going to particularly enjoy. I'll still watch it. I won't hate it. I feel like they have a standard, but I feel like it's not going to be quite as relatable to us. It's going to be a lot about like, growing up.
Wouldn't you have more of a connection to this because you played the Avengers game?
No, not really. But okay, so the whole idea with Ms. Marvel as well is like she's Pakistani Muslim growing up in America. So it's all about identity, and she's supposed to be like the first Muslim superhero as well for Marvel, right? So like I think that a lot of it will be about self-discovering in a sort of like a young person's frame of mind, which I mean, I'm fucking old already, like, I appreciate the more macabre and weird mind F stuff. That's why I gravitate more towards Moon Knight and Doctor Strange and whatnot.
Yeah,
low key. Yeah,
I remember what I like a lot about the Moon Knight because suddenly they had at the end of the credit scene suddenly got like hip hop Arabic music.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah.
This is a genre that I can dig, man.
Bro, when I was in Dubai for vacation 2 years ago, before the pandemic, on the radio, God no, a lot
kind of music,
Arabic hip hop. I'm like, this stuff slaps. Is that what the kids say? It slaps.
Yeah, man, it lit yo.
It's lit. Oh, listen to that 42-year-old trying to speak like a kid. It's lit, yo, bro. It slaps. Let's go.
I'm a huge fan of, like, for me, right, if the soundtrack lives up to the expectation, most of the time the show itself is gonna be good.
Yeah, can we like say that Oscar Isaac killed it, by the way, as
boss. No,
his characters.
I've seen a lot of TikToks, like damn funny, sir.
Yeah.
That I should share with you one. It's about this guy. He's supposed to be fasting. Then he walked past like a table, right? And then it's like, okay, like the quay is closed, so he's like, okay, like I'm still fasting. Yeah. Then suddenly he took a step, then the eye roll happened. And then suddenly the next thing the thing is in his mouth. Then he's like, oh shit. Then the Egyptian music started coming in.
Oh, right. He switched personalities lah.
Yeah, so the personality never fast lah, basically.
Yeah.
So this kind of thing, I appreciate the humor that they brought into it lah.
Right. I mean, to me, okay, what makes Disney Plus and Marvel Studios work right now is the fact that they have Disney's money and they are not afraid to try new things and try different genres, different styles. Like, I mean, they started with Eternals. If you think, like, there was a time actually, there were a lot of the Marvel movies started to become very formulaic.
Yeah.
All the way up to like Avengers Age of Ultron, for example. Then I think they realized, okay, we can't afford to do this. We have to keep experimenting with different things. So espionage movie, you have
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, comedy, sort of like almost a family vibe. So now they are starting to expand, and they are also tapping in on different cultures. Freaking Egyptian gods and lore in Moon Knight.
Shang-Chi last year.
Shang-Chi, yes. And then now Ms. Marvel, completely different viewpoints and stuff like that. And then even with Doctor Strange, you know, just going completely out there.
Yeah, Black Panther, they gave love to the black community. So like, this is the best way. Representation and diversity will actually make other people like it more.
Yeah. I mean, you can say that they're doing it for money, but ultimately, if you think about it, right, all these different cultures have all these different beliefs and mythologies. Like, isn't it better to see all these different things you've never seen before? And it makes for great content to me. It's
cool that Marvel Comics, right, are the ones that are able to create all these things back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, you know, and like,
yes,
yeah,
and
very
no, like, I mean, you know, for a long time, you know, there were like very stereotypical, you know, oh, it's always a white hero, you know, that kind
the
of
Mandarin.
Yeah. Oh my God, the man. Yeah. It took a while. There were some visionaries who, you know, wanted to bring in your other races, your other types, archetypes to represent. Yeah. So, and now I think because Marvel has the money, so it's like you have to prove yourself first, right? So they already have they have the machine set up. They know that we can make hits out of nobody. Like Iron Man was a B tier. It was a jobber when he first started.
He wasn't.
No,
X-Men or Spider-Man.
Yes, but they made it so good. They made the perfect casting for Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. that, you know, now they can do whatever they want and they can get creative with it and they can take license. So you have to get to a certain level before you can take creative license.
Remember when they first released Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, who the fuck are these people? Nobody knows.
Yeah. So like, I feel like we've reached a time in this lifetime where all the cool popular characters are already out there. Yep. Now it's time to explore like the obscure.
Yeah. So, you know, my whole point is, let's please everybody keep Kevin Feige safe, because he's the fella behind all this. And like, you know, God forbid the day he leaves and then some new fella comes out and it becomes like a fucking Sony thing all over.
No, bro, it becomes like Star Wars, bro.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
You think so though, with like
it can go either way, lah.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know how this became a Marvel podcast, but it is what it is. See, no. We are multifaceted people. We also watch other nerdy shit.
Expanding our reach, bro.
Bro, we are expanding like the multiverse. We are sticking our hands into different universes.
Yeah, but yeah, you know, at the end of the day, we like what we like, and I think what we want is like wrestling to be able to be enjoyed along with all these other things. It shouldn't be like, I want to watch wrestling. I'm a outcast from society kind of thing. Like, you should be able to watch it and enjoy other things, and it's like a normal thing, you know?
True. I mean, it is a discussion for another day, I feel. Like, how to make wrestling relevant and cool again. But we shan't get into that because we've been doing the podcast for an hour and a half already. So, as always, we say thank you so much for spending your Monday afternoon with us, whether you're back at work, in the office, or if you are so lucky to be able to work from home. We appreciate you being here. I don't know what this is.
Peace.
Oh, I thought you were making the Evolve signs, because, you know, Evolve fighters, they always do this. Evolve.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm
not.
Bro, what? You joined Evolve gym, or you even rocking the UFC gym?
Bro, I'm wearing the UFC, bro. Represent, bro. Okay. You know what? I really want to get the American Nightmare shirt, but freaking shipping, damn expensive.
Oh, is it? Just download the thing and ask somebody to draw it on your neck. Kennedy.
No, it's okay.
All right. As always, thank you so much for hanging out, listening to podcasts, being here on the live stream. We appreciate it. Hey, feel free to slide into our Discord and continue the conversations, okay? Link is in the description on this Monday afternoon. Have yourselves a great week ahead. It is Mr. Young.
And it's Ford in the building. Take care.
Kick to the gut. I like it.